life and death. And hey, I got to tell you that none of us are going to get out of this thing alive. We're all going to die. I mean, you know, celebrations of life is great verbiage. And I was recently at one and it was great. I mean, as an elderly person and she had a great life and she made everybody around her happy and we were all happy to be there. Then, of course, as a flip to that, you got guys you don't like. You only go to that funeral to make sure that it's really him inside the box, okay? And I always think of Gus on Lonesome Dove, that very popular television series from 1989. He said to Woodrow, Woodrow, it ain't about dying, it's about living. But you know what? When you pay $15,000 a year on average in the U.S. to bury somebody and $10,000 in Canada, and approximately half of that if you go the cremation way, but where I'm going, it's going to be hot enough anyway, so I don't want to speed up the process. But when you spend that kind of money, you're emotional, right? And somebody's upselling you all the time. By the time you get it paid for, then you're dead. So what's the point? Just sharing with you the life and death talk there to kind of get you in the mood for life. Climate change, it's a scam. Do you really think? I think liberals raise the stakes from, you know, one person's life to the entire planet. We're going to destroy everybody if you throw something out the window or whatever. The left is so they can't explain or even try to deny the planet's temperature with regard to why it's always fluctuated. It's always been up and down. I mean, wow, how do you explain that? They can't. All they do is bring in more taxes. That's their solution. Higher taxes, more regulation, and more government control. It's all part of their little package, okay? If they would have been around in the 1930s, they would have had some serious stroke stuff going on because dust was flying and temperatures changed. I mean, in the 70s, they called it global cooling. In the 90s, it was global warming. And you know, now they're just saying it's changed and it's a disaster and we have to tax you more. Entire industries are growing up around this thing and it ain't very nice. Consumer protection. I'm jumping. Can you keep up? I think you can. Consumer protection. And that would be in California. They're one of the most consumer protected places in the world because the people there apparently are too dumb to think and look after themselves, right? And they have this law in place that if you're a seller and you own a house and you finance it to someone to encourage the sale or you do it for your own reasons, you're only allowed to do it one time a year during a 12-month period. Really? What if I have two houses I want to do? You can't. I'm protecting the consumer. A lot of protection there, I guess. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, he's recently doing all kinds of goofy things, of course, but recently he's been caught funding left-wing political activist groups. This is a headline. What a shock that is. What did you think? You think he's going to go do it to a right-wing group? I mean, LED Now was receiving funding through the Canadian Summer Jobs Program. And if you agree with every personal value of the Prime Minister, then you get a job and you get funding. Yeah, again, nice news, but we kind of knew that. You know, imports, exports, tariffs, the president versus the Prime Minister in Canada. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and everybody seems to be mad at everybody. And they recently had that G7, and, you know, the one guy, the capitalist, stood up and said, you know, you other six guys are not capitalists. You're kind of the opposite. You would be socialists. How are we going to deal with all of this? And Canada is saying, oh my. I mean, here's an example. Canada imports sleeping bags from the United States. 97% of all the sleeping bags that come in to Canada or used in Canada or sold in Canada are made in the United States of America. $26 million worth of sleeping bags. A lot of sleeping going on. Why? Can't Canadians knit or whatever it is? So that'll be it. Can't they make sleeping bags? What's up with that? I don't get it. And Celanese is one of the largest producers of material to make, and it's all produced in Canada. Well, I don't understand all of this stuff. And President Trump is now threatening to impose this 25% tariff on auto imports. And that is a tough one. I mean, I'm Canadian, and I say, how dare you, don't anybody attack my country, but it's a tough one. I can see the president standing there on the border and saying, behind me is Detroit. Used to be 2 million people, now there's 700,000. Used to be an auto building place, and now it ain't. It's empty, all kinds of buildings behind me empty, and the people don't have jobs. I'm looking across the water, and there's America, that's behind me. I'm looking at Canada, $38 billion worth of cars that they make every year, and 95% of them come back here and sell behind me. They have 500,000 jobs in this industry. My guys don't live here anymore, and they're getting pokey. You got to kind of do that. You got to think like that. I mean, it's about my people. Where's the Prime Minister's position on this? How dare you do that? His position should be, I got to do something for my people. I don't know where it's all going to fall out, but I do know that there's always a whole bunch of sides. Actually, there's 3 sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth. Y'all come back here tomorrow. Could have more for you from the right. See ya.